My gift to you was my gift to you. This is the point of the show where one of us gives someone else a gift of a game, something they never played before, give them a chance to play something new, review it, and I gave Art my favorite game from 2 years ago, which was Inside.
Correct.
What'd you think?
Okay, so for starters, I only got about halfway through it. Hey, I spent most of my day off Tuesday doing like the half, so.
It's a 3-hour game.
Yeah, 2 hours into it.
All right, go ahead. What do you think?
It's interesting. I go from, well, first off, the game, it's basically you start off and you're just running away from the scenario where it seems like everyone in your town was rounded up. They're being loaded into like a box truck, and there's armed guys taking them away. And you just start running, and people start chasing you, and you come to figure out very quickly, after about 15 minutes of frustration for me, that this is more or less a puzzle game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, every scenario you encounter is a little puzzle. You have to figure out how to solve it. Some of the puzzles, I get into them, and I like them. I'm like, oh, okay, I like where this is going. There's other ones that are very annoying.
So everything's 2D.
For the most part. Everything
yes.
you can do is 2D.
Yes, you move in 2D. You move on a 2D plane in 3D space. Yes.
Yeah.
So which ones did you like?
I just finished up one before I came over here where it's like, so you find that you end up finding all the people in your town like scattered around, and it's like they've been lobotomized or something. Mm-hmm. Like they're just shells of humans, and I like the ones where a lot of the ones where you get the little the hat, helmet thing on, and you start controlling all these lemmings essentially.
Yeah.
And the one I just did was where you have to get 20 of them on the plate to open the door. Mm-hmm. Then you have to go find 3 or 4 here, go find 3 or 4 over there. You find one that's just completely dead. You just dump him down a hole.
The game's a little dark, by the way.
So usually the ones where you're controlling them, I thought were pretty neat, and there's some different stuff going on there. The first quote unquote puzzle you run into right off the bat frustrated the hell out of me. Like, I stopped playing the game within 5 minutes.
Was it the log?
The log part was fine. I got past the log, but okay. So if you play this game, you're gonna run. It's the first thing you run into. It's within the first 5 minutes, so it's not a spoiler at all. But you're walking through a forested, wooded area, and you can't. There's no way you're around it, but a truck pulls up and a guy sees you and starts chasing you. Mm-hmm. So you're running away. There's a log you have to jump over. That's fine. You jump over that and you keep running. And he kind of fades off the screen, but you still see his flashlight bouncing behind you. And you come up on another prairie area with a truck with some guys in it. And there's a camper there. And I couldn't figure out how the hell to avoid it because it gives you the impression that the other guy is still right on your heels. Mm-hmm. And you have to stop and hide behind the camper and let the truck go by. Which I had to go online and look up because I'm like, this guy's right on my ass. I can't stop. He's going to get me. He already drowned me in a puddle 3 times.
When you get caught, it's
you get mauled by dogs. Yeah. You get drowned in a puddle. You get shot with tranquilizer darts. Yep. So right off the bat, I was like, "Fuck this! I don't have the time or patience for this right now." And I think I went and left and did dishes or something. Came back. I'm like, "All right, I gotta at least give this more than 5 minutes of a try. Otherwise, I didn't actually try the game."
Yes, and this is a very short segment.
So I went online. I could be YouTube. I'm like, walk through of Inside, and I watched it up to that part, and I'm like, wait, I have to stop behind the fucking truck? The guy's right behind me. And he just disappears off the screen right before you get there. So I'm like, fine, I'll just hide behind the fucking truck and let it go. And went on with the game. And every now and then there's still ones I run into that are they're just annoying. They're not hard puzzles, but there's one where there's a fence and a boarded up door and dogs chasing you.
Oh yeah.
And basically you have to stand on one side of the fence, bait the dogs over to your side, jump over the fence, run over, pull a board off. Jump back over the fence, bait the dogs back to the other side, jump over the fence, pull another board off. Yeah. You can do that 3 or 4 times to get through.
And your timing has to be perfect.
Yeah.
Because, say, when the dogs start chasing you, any single time the dogs ever start chasing you in that game, your motions need to be perfect to get get past that segment.
They will be on your heels when you hit, the ledge or whatever you're supposed to get past. But this one in particular, it's if you jump over too soon, they don't go all the way around. They come back around the way they just left, and So I thought that was frustrating. They just have to keep going back and forth over the fence. I mean, it's not intelligent design there. It's just annoying back and forth bullshit. But there are some of the puzzles in there that I do think are... none of them are really hard. Sometimes you have to stop and sit there and take a look at it and think. And, sometimes there's levers that you don't necessarily need to use, but all through the game up to that point, you've used pretty much every lever for something, so you're trying to figure it out. I think the parts I like more than the parts I don't like. And I think there are more of the parts that I like than the parts that I don't like. So, I mean, I'm going to go back and finish the game because I have a fucking hour left.
Did you get to the water yet? The water. There's a lot. You're swimming. Like swimming in water.
I've done some swimming parts. I've done a submarine part.
Did you see the mermaid yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she was chasing you in the submarine.
Okay. That was the second part of that was the most frustrating part for me.
When she's, like, chasing you?
Like, when you're... when you're above water. You're below water, and you had to get above water. I don't want to ruin it. It's just like anything.
I'm not sure if I've gotten to the part that you're
okay.
talking about. Is there more than one part with the mermaid?
Yes.
Okay, I may have gotten to the
first
part.
one's not bad. The second one is significantly worse.
But, well, even that, like, when she first shows up, I was sitting there and I'm like, she's super fast. She's faster than the goddamn submarine. I'm in, like, what the fuck do I have to do?
Are you friend or you foe? What's going on here?
Well, yeah, because, like, she popped up on the screen at one point, like, earlier before that, and that, like, startled the shit out of me. Like, what the fuck was that? And then, I keep playing along, and I see her swimming around, and, first couple times I'm like, okay, are you, like you said, friend or foe? And she cracks up the submarine and fucking balls me.
You see a submarine in the street.
And then I'm trying to, like, do the dash thing with the submarine, and, like, hit her, and that doesn't work. So eventually I figured it out. Yeah, I mean, I only have an hour left, so I'm going to finish the game. I don't know. I never played Limbo, so I can't say what comparison there is between the two, so I can't say, if you like Limbo, you'll like this. I don't know what Limbo's about. I don't know if I've ever even seen a video about it, so I can't really give a judgment based on that. If you like puzzle games, if you can find it cheap, I'd say check it out. I mean, there's nothing overly complex going on in there. You can tell it's, more of an indie type game than a AAA. It's not, like you said, you're moving on a 2D plane in a 3D environment, and the 3-dimensional part is not used all that often. At least not so far that I've played it. But yeah, I mean, if you like puzzle games, if you can find it cheap, which I think there are a lot of places selling it cheap these days.
The full price is $20, and so I mean, you can buy a pack of that with that and Limbo in there for like $25-$30.
I think they're releasing a physical of that pack on Xbox. I don't remember what the price on it was though.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, if you like puzzle games, I'd say give it a shot if you can find it for a price that you can live with. If it's a price you're happy with giving something a chance, go for it.
I say buy for $20. I love that game.
Clearly, Mister, that was my game of the year for 2016.
It was so good. And I said it's one of those. I said it was a 3-hour game that took 7 years to make, and I think you really see. You doing all right? So it took 7 years. It took 7 years to make that game, and I really feel like when we talk about like the pacing and the structure of the puzzles, I think that it's paced so well, and the puzzles you do so much when you learn so much as you go throughout the whole process. You buzzing?
Uh-oh.
A little bit.
Oh man.
I think just recently though.
Okay.
Honestly.
Good eye.
I've been keeping an eye on it, and I just noticed.
Okay.
Like, hey, wait a minute.
So, yeah, I think I think it's just put together to a point where like it's hard for me to see flaws in it at this point. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. So I finished it though, because you're getting to like the most interesting parts of the game.
Yeah, and I mean, I hit a point like up until when I got home and played, the last little bit that I played so far today, where a lot of it was all seeming kind of the same, and if I didn't hit the part where I got to today, I was going to say, like, does this ramp up or change in some way at some point here? Because I'm not sure I want to, go, as much as I like the puzzles, I'm not sure I want to go through another hour and a half of the same type of puzzles. So, yeah, I got to a point where it is different, and you're trying to figure out different things now. So that helps to keep me want to keep moving through, and plus the fact that there's only, like, an hour more of the game.
Yeah, for sure.
If there was another, like, 5 hours of this game, I'm not sure I'd be keeping with it.
I hear you.
Unless there was some kind of dramatic change or jump or something.
Yeah. Payoff.
Yeah.
I got you. All right. Let's inside.